Hey, what's up, guys? It's Richie. Hope everyone's doing well. And man, do I need a haircut? I need a tan. I need to groom myself a little bit better. But guys, I'm going to be leaving for Asia in a couple weeks. I haven't decided if I'm going to leave the second week of January or the third week, but I'll let you guys know when that comes up on the channel. I'm staying around here for the holidays. And for you guys that aren't really big in traveling, you may not know, but airfare prices fluctuate a lot in mid-January, and it's for obvious reasons, right? In America, this is one of the busiest times of the year for traveling, and when the holidays get finished up, the prices dip down. So kind of looking at prices, thinking what's going to work best for me, guys. But what I will say is this: I cannot wait to get back out to Asia and start traveling again. It's my passion. It's my dream life. I've always wanted to go explore ever since the first time I left the country, guys. The first place I went to was Jamaica. And I remember landing in Jamaica and just being so hypnotized by feeling like I'm in a totally new universe. And ever since then, it's just been addicting, right? You know, you don't ever get sick of it. There's some people like that, and that's kind of like me. But on this video, I just wanted to kind of talk about my mindset, why I'm so excited to get out of here, and kind of just the things I've been thinking about lately too. So guys, tell me if you relate to this, but something that's been happening to me lately is I've been getting so comfortable being comfortable, right? Like, I've wanted to leave for a while, and it got into December, and I just thought I'm going to stay for the holidays, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to stay for some of January. Should I stay longer? And you just kind of get in this mindset of not doing the things you know you actually want to do because you're comfortable, because you feel cushy. And I've had enough money for a while to kind of, you know, get back out there on the road. But I keep telling myself, like, man, I want a good cushion. I want enough money so when I travel, I'll be good. And that's good, right? I'm not telling you guys to go overseas with a couple $100 or whatever and try to figure it out. Like, that's not the best idea, right? But what ends up happening, at least for myself, when you wait for this perfect moment, right? You wait for the perfect deck of cards in your hand, right? And the reality is like, that may just never happen, right? And so if you keep waiting for that and it doesn't ever happen, and things change in life, and it's amazing how quickly, if you don't take action, you know, life kind of decides your outcome, right? And so if you guys have ever heard of the saying, strike when the iron's hot, well, I kind of think just strike as soon as you can, right? Because what I don't want is for something else to come about in my life. You know, things just happen in life. Car accident could happen. Now you're dealing with that. You're dealing with court. You're dealing with fees. You can't leave the country. Or let's just say a new job pops up and you take the job and it's a decent type job. You get paid good money, whatever. But deep down, you kind of know that that's not really the route that you wanted to take. It's just like an opportunity that came up and you decided to take it. So that's what I've kind of learned in my 20-some years of life, guys, that, you know, you really need to make an effort to do the things you want to do. And everybody's going to be telling you their opinion. There's so many people out there that are going to be giving you your 2 cents. And I'm not saying to listen to nobody. I'm saying to consider what people say, but ultimately make sure you make the own decisions in your life and you don't let other people's opinion dictate your outcomes. And sometimes, with that being said, you have to learn the hard way, right? But the best way to learn lessons is to simply experience them, right? And, you know, failure will happen no matter what. You know, I'm sure when I go overseas and I'll travel, I'll make mistakes. There'll be hardships. There'll be things that I think, man, I messed this up. But if I stay here in, you know, this town that I really don't want to be in, then I'll also mess up here. I'll also make mistakes here. Things will go wrong, things will go right. So you might as well do it, you know, your preferred way. because I've heard a lot of people talk about, like, so many people go overseas and they end up regretting it because they go broke. But why would you think in that perspective? I mean, if you're already having a pessimistic scarcity mindset, then why would the universe ever reward you, right? Like, not only do you have to take chances, you also have to have an abundance mindset, and you have to have an optimistic mindset, right? And if you have the ability to withhold these assets of the mind, even when, let's face it, most of the world is in a negative state to begin with, if you can prevail, then ultimately you will succeed, right? And I really truly do believe in that. I mean, tell me if any of you guys have experienced that too. But it's funny how things manifest itself. You start taking chances, and then on top of that, you believe things will work out. Eventually they will. And at the same time, if you don't view everything so serious as to, needing to succeed in every stat line in the sheet, then you give yourself some breathing room, right? Some room to take some deep breaths, not take life too seriously, and create an environment where there's room to succeed, right? And I don't know, guys. It's just whenever I'm in this type of place, maybe there's some of you guys who are from kind of areas of America or wherever that kind of look like this, and there's good people here, but there's also a lot of people here who've been stuck, right? And maybe you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. Some people that have never truly left, and maybe they tell you things like, oh, you need to be careful, I knew this one person that went here. They always have stories, right? And it's funny because sometimes it's not even their personal stories. Sometimes it's someone they know, and, oh, this happened to this person, so be careful when you do this. And it's like, okay, like, look, one of the greatest things I've heard is don't take advice from someone that you don't want their own life. And for me, like, the only person I'm going to take advice for is someone who's like got a six-pack, who's in really good shape, who's super physically fit, who's very wealthy, who lives the dream they want, has a beautiful girlfriend, wife. That's the person that I'm going to take advice for. Anybody else, I don't really want to hear what you have to say. And I know, like, that may sound pretty rude, but I'm just realistic. Like, I want nice things in my life, and not only do I want to succeed, I want to succeed at the highest level. I'm not trying to come out here and look for mediocrity. And if I wasn't looking for that, then I wouldn't be flying halfway across the world, taking significant amounts of risks, working extremely hard, making sure I have the needed resources, and not only resources, because that's only part of it, but mindset to ultimately succeed in life. Of course, most of the people I'm not going to take advice from. So I'm just telling you guys my perspective. Maybe for some of you younger guys who ask a family member during Christmas their opinion on doing something big that you want to do that's out of the ordinary, because 9 out of 10 times you're going to be met with negative connotations. And people are going to be giving you guys all the reasons why you shouldn't do it. And here's my advice. Like, if you've been putting in the work, if you have a bunch of money saved up, if you're in really good physical health, the ability to withstand a totally different environment, guys, then don't worry about what other people have to say, Let it go in one ear and out the others, because you're the person that gets to determine, like, what you want in life, right? And, at least the way that I think, and maybe some people agree with me, like, what's the point of living if you're not going to shoot for the stars, If you're not going to aim for something big. I'm not going out hunting, aiming for a 4-pointer, I want a trophy. I want the big deer, I've always been like that. And if some of you guys are like that also, like, I don't want to be in a place like this. And, I have a lot of respect and admiration for this place. Grew up here, had a lot of people who have impacted me tremendously in my life, but I just simply want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to do so many things that I haven't done before. I want to grow as a person. I want to see how far I can push the bar, always push the bar to the limit. And I just can't do that in a place that has under 200,000 people, and there's just nothing outside of that, you know? So guys, that's a little bit about me. Gonna be sticking around for the holidays, and man, I just cannot wait to get back on the road, guys. Like, these days feel so long, and I'm really thinking of maybe even leaving the first week of January, but it's probably gonna, realistically, probably gonna be more the second or third. But guys, if you want to do something and you have the resources to do that, don't wait, don't put it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's nothing holding you back and you have money saved up, don't sit there and think, should I do this? Should I not do this? Just do it. Just do it. You know, because most people aren't even in your situation. Most people don't have the ability to get a plane ticket, you know, 2 or 3 days from now, take off, fly somewhere new, you know, create a new life for yourself, make a YouTube channel, right? Meet new connections, start new businesses. But if you have that mindset and that's a dream that you want to have, then I welcome you guys on the journey. I'm looking to make connections, looking to meet new people. I've really enjoyed some of the people that have given me some inspiration on the YouTube channel. And I'm so excited to be able to film videos talking about Asia where I'm not in North America, because I love to show you guys things about, you know, North America also. But, you know, Asia is kind of the place where I'm most passionate about. And so I'm super excited to take you guys along the journey. So guys, I'm gonna cut the video off here, but I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe if you like the videos, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.